pollen has returned to the southeast, and it's going to be pretty brutal for the next few weeks. Now, meteorological spring, which is the months of March, April, and May, began this past Sunday. And typically, March is when we see the pollen levels the highest across places like Alabama and Georgia. Especially this week, pollen levels are going to be extremely high and probably not going to be letting up until we get some decent rainfall back in the forecast. In the Birmingham area, trees like maple, juniper, and elm trees are going to be producing the most pollen, and it's the pine pollen that produces that yellow dust that we all know so well. Above average temperatures are in the forecast this week, likely getting into the 80s in the southeast. So, with above average heat in the forecast, we can actually make a climate connection. A new analysis from Climate Central shows that since 1970, places like Birmingham have seen an average of 21 more days per meteorological spring that featured above average heat. In the southeast, in particular, temperatures have warmed 2.8 degrees Fahrenheit for the spring season. Albany, Georgia is one of the top 5 locations across the U.S. that saw more warm spring days on average. You have about 34 more days per spring season of above average heat. In places like Atlanta, where the average spring temperature has risen 4 degrees Fahrenheit since 1970, 72% of that can actually be attributed to human induced climate change. So, how can this impact you? If you're having springs turning warmer earlier than they normally would, your winter is going to be shorter. Pollen comes out a little sooner than you would like, which means seasonal allergies begin to ramp up. But especially in places like the Southwest US, this can cause a major issue with wildfire risk. But another thing, if it's getting warmer earlier and staying warmer for an extended period of time in the spring, some disease carrying pests can come back a little sooner than we would like. And yes, I'm talking about you, mosquitoes. Make sure to follow me on social media for more updates on weather, climate, and our planet.